Welcome to the Business English Podcast, where we help non-native English professionals enhance their business communication skills. I'm Rob, your host for today's episode on how to express opinions professionally in a group. Have you ever been in a meeting where you wanted to share your thoughts but weren't quite sure how to phrase it? Or maybe you've hesitated during a casual office chat, unsure if your expression sounded natural. Today's episode is designed to tackle just that. We'll dive into a number of techniques for expressing opinions and why these are crucial for your professional growth and team dynamics. Then we'll get into the heart of the matter, specific phrases you can use to articulate your thoughts effectively in both formal and informal settings. Imagine being able to confidently share your ideas in a high-profile meeting or casually suggest an improvement during a coffee break. I'll be sharing 8 powerful expressions, 4 for formal scenarios and 4 for informal ones. Not only will you learn these phrases, but I'll also provide real-life examples to help you understand exactly how to use them. By the end of this episode, you'll be equipped to voice your opinions clearly and professionally, no matter the setting. But here's the kicker. The key to mastering these expressions isn't just knowing the phrases. It's about understanding the context and delivering them with confidence. So stay tuned as we explore these vital skills. Ready to transform your professional communication? Let's get started. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business English Podcast, helping professionals communicate more effectively, more confidently, and with impact. With your host, Rob, from Energetic English. Let's get down to business. So, before we get into the specific phrases, let's talk about the principles and techniques behind this essential skill. First, let's just briefly consider why is expressing your opinion so important in the workplace. Think about it. Your opinions can shape decisions, influence your team's direction, and showcase your expertise, perhaps most importantly. When you share your thoughts clearly and confidently, you position yourself as a valuable contributor. It's not just what you say, but how you say it that makes all the difference. So even if you're not feeling confident about your English or reticent about getting stuck in to a group discussion, I implore you to do so and get amongst it. Share your opinions as a professional, and I promise it will be far less intimidating than you think it will be. Now, let's talk techniques. There are 3 key elements to keep in mind when expressing your opinions. Firstly, clarity and conciseness. In the fast-paced world of business, no one has time for lengthy explanations. Be clear and to the point. Imagine you're in a meeting and the clock is ticking. Every word counts. How do you ensure clarity? Start by organizing your thoughts before you speak. Know the main point you want to convey and stick to it. For example, instead of saying, I think that there are several reasons why we should consider changing our marketing strategy, like the recent trends we've seen and some of the feedback we've gotten, which suggests that our current approach might not be as effective as it used to be. Yes, that was quite a garbled message, wasn't it? So instead of saying that, we could say, based on our recent trends and feedback, I believe we should revise our marketing strategy. Number 2. Respectfulness and professionalism. Whether you agree or disagree, always show respect for others' views. This not only fosters a positive environment, but also strengthens your professional relationships. Picture this, you're in a heated discussion and maintaining respect can turn a potential conflict into a productive conversation. Use phrases that acknowledge other people's perspective, such as, I see where you're coming from, or that's a valid point, however. Number 3, tailoring your language. The way you express your opinion should match the formality of the setting. This is really important to remember. A phrase that works in a boardroom might not be suitable for a casual team huddle. This adaptability shows that you understand the nuances of professional communication. In a formal setting, you might say, may I suggest that we consider, whereas in a more casual setting, you might say, just a thought, but maybe we could. How do you ensure that your opinions are heard and valued, whether you're in a formal meeting or a casual office chat? Let's paint a picture. You're in a high stakes boardroom meeting surrounded by senior executives. The discussion is intense and you have a crucial point to make. You need to be clear, concise, and respectful. However, on the other hand, imagine you're in a relaxed team brainstorming session where ideas are flying around. Your language can be more informal, but it still needs to be impactful and respectful. In just a moment, we'll break down specific phrases you can use in different scenarios. These aren't just any phrases, they're powerful tools that will help you navigate various professional settings with ease. Stick around because mastering these expressions will give you a significant edge in your professional communication. Ready to learn those key phrases? Let's keep going. Now we're getting into the meat of today's episode, specific phrases you can use to express your opinions in professional settings. We'll cover 8 phrases, 4 for formal scenarios and 4 for informal ones. I'll introduce each phrase, give you a moment to repeat it, and then provide a scenario where you can use it. Ready? Let's dive in. Formal scenarios. 1. Meetings. Truth be told. Say it with me. Truth be told. Use this phrase when you want to present an honest and perhaps critical opinion in a respectful manner. For example, in a team meeting, you might say, "Truth be told, I believe the current strategy may not yield the expected results." This phrase sets the stage for you to share a candid viewpoint while maintaining professionalism. 2. Presentations. Now, in my view, it seems that... Repeat after me. Now, in my view, it seems that... This phrase helps to introduce your perspective during a formal presentation, signaling that it's your personal take. Imagine presenting quarterly results and suggesting a new direction. Now, in my view, it seems that our marketing efforts should focus more on digital platforms. This makes your opinion clear and positions it as a thoughtful suggestion. 3. High-profile discussions. May I suggest that we... Say it with me. May I suggest that we... Perfect for proposing ideas in high-stakes discussions where politeness is crucial. Picture this. During a strategic planning session, you could say, "May I suggest that we allocate more resources to the research department?" This phrase is respectful and opens the floor for consideration. 4. Formal reports. From my perspective, it would be prudent to... Repeat after me. From my perspective, it would be prudent to... This is useful not only for verbal communication, but also for written reports or formal documentation to indicate your professional judgment. For example, in a report, you might write, "From my perspective, it would be prudent to conduct a risk assessment before proceeding." This signals that your recommendation is based on careful consideration. And now for informal scenarios. The first one here is for casual office conversations. So I'm just going to throw this out there. Say it with me. So I'm just going to throw this out there. Great for brainstorming sessions or casual discussions with colleagues. Imagine you're discussing new project ideas and you say, "So I'm just going to throw this out there, but maybe we should consider a team building retreat." This invites others to think about your suggestion without pressure. Number 2, team huddles. Now I'm just spitballing here, but how about we... Repeat after me. Now I'm just spitballing here, but how about we... Use this when suggesting ideas in a relaxed team meeting. For instance, in a team huddle, you might say, "Now I'm just spitballing here, but how about we start a weekly feedback loop?" This keeps the atmosphere light while contributing valuable ideas. Number 3, networking events. Call me old-fashioned, but might I suggest we... Say it with me. Call me old-fashioned, but might I suggest we... Ideal for informal networking scenarios where you want to introduce a traditional approach or idea. At a networking event, you might say, "Call me old-fashioned, but might I suggest we stick to the original plan for now?" This phrase blends a bit of humour with a respectful suggestion. And number 4, coffee break discussions. Just a thought, but maybe we could... Repeat after me. Just a thought, but maybe we could... Perfect for off-the-cuff suggestions during informal chats. During a coffee break, you might say, "Just a thought, but maybe we could try a different supplier for our office supplies." This is a casual way to introduce new ideas in a relaxed setting. And so there we have it, 8 powerful phrases to help you express your opinions confidently and professionally in both formal and informal settings. Practice these phrases and think about how you can integrate them into your daily interactions. But we're not done yet. Coming up, I'll share some final tips to ensure you're always prepared to voice your thoughts effectively. So stay tuned. Now that we've considered those powerful phrases for expressing your opinions, let's wrap up with some key final tips to ensure you're always prepared to voice your thoughts effectively. Number 1, confidence and clarity. Confidence is key when expressing your opinion. If you don't believe in what you're saying, neither will your audience. Practice speaking with confidence by rehearsing your points beforehand. Picture yourself in a meeting, standing tall, speaking clearly and assertively. Remember, the more you practice, the more natural it will feel. And now for clarity. Clarity goes hand in hand with confidence. Make sure your message is clear and concise. Avoid jargon or overly complex language that might confuse your listeners. Instead, focus on making your main point as straightforward as possible. Number 2, active listening. Expressing your opinion isn't just about talking, it's about listening. Show that you value others' input by actively listening to their ideas. This will not only help you formulate a more informed response, but also demonstrate respect and professionalism. Next time you're in a discussion, try to listen twice as much as you speak. You might be surprised at how much more effective your communication becomes. Number 3, adaptability. Adaptability is crucial in professional communication. Tailor your language and tone to suit the context. If you're in a formal meeting, use more structured and respectful language. In a casual setting, feel free to be more relaxed and conversational. Being adaptable shows that you're aware of the social dynamics at play and can navigate them skillfully. Number 4, seek feedback. Don't be afraid to seek feedback on how you express your opinions. Ask colleagues or mentors for their thoughts on your communication style. Constructive feedback can provide valuable insights and help you improve. Imagine asking a trusted colleague, "How did I come across in that meeting?" Their feedback can be a goldmine for personal development. 5, continuous improvement. Finally, always strive for continuous improvement. Communication is a skill that can always be refined. Read, practice, and learn from every interaction. Set small, achievable goals for yourself, like incorporating a new phrase each week or practicing active listening in every meeting. Over time, these small changes will lead to significant improvements. There you have it, key final tips to help you express your opinions with confidence and clarity. Remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you say it. Practice these tips, use the phrases we discussed, and you'll find yourself becoming a more effective communicator in no time. And that's a wrap for today's episode of the Business English Podcast. I hope you found our dive into expressing opinions in a professional group both insightful and practical. Remember, mastering these phrases and tips can really set you apart in the workplace. Before you go, here's a quick recap. We explored why it's so important to voice your opinions clearly and confidently. We then covered 8 powerful phrases, 4 for formal settings and 4 for informal ones. Plus, we wrapped up with some final tips to ensure your communication is always on point. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the Business English Podcast and leave us a review. Your feedback helps us improve and reach more professionals just like you. Also, don't forget to share the podcast with your colleagues and friends who could benefit from improving their business English skills. Thanks for joining me today. I've been your host, Rob, and until next time, keep communicating with confidence and make every conversation count. You have been listening to the Business English Podcast. Remember to subscribe, leave a review, and we'll see you next time.